Let's start from the appeal court ruling. The sitting in Abuja on Thursday dismissed an appeal filed by the Ondo State House of Assembly and the Speaker, Olamide Oladije, against the judgment stopping the removal of Deputy Governor of the state, Lucky Ayedatiwa. This was after the appellants had applied to withdraw the case. Justice Emeka Ewite of the Federal High Court had restrained the Ondo State House of Assembly from impeaching the Deputy Governor over allegations of gross misconduct. It also restrained the State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, from nominating a new Deputy Governor and forwarding the same to the lawmakers for approval, pending the hearing and determination of the substantive matter. Meanwhile, Ondo Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa presided over a State Executive Council meeting in Akure, the state capital, on Thursday. The Excos meeting occurred after months of political wrangling between the Deputy Governor and Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's loyalists. The crisis was occasioned by the absence of the governor, who has been out of the state for months due to ill health. Last Friday, President Bola Tinubu summoned the warring factions to a meeting in Abuja, where it was agreed that the Deputy Governor should continue to perform his duties as Deputy. To further discuss this, we're joined by political analyst Henry Olonimoyo. Thank you very much, Henry, for giving us your time. What do you make of the Court of Appeal's dismissal of the appeal by the Speaker against the judgment stopping the removal of the Deputy?
Yeah, thank you. You recall that over a month ago, the Deputy Governor of Ondo State took a case to the Federal High Court asking for an injunction to stop any impeachment proceedings against him, and also to prevent somebody else to be nominated in his place as Deputy Governor. And then in reaction to that, the House of Assembly also appealed their case in the Court of Appeal. But again, we also remember that the president of the country, who is also the national leader of the ruling party, APC, held closed-door meetings with factions and all of the stakeholders concerned in those states over last weekend. And part of the resolution was for status quo to remain, and that for all the warring factions to sheath their swords. And I want to believe that this is very much in line with that agreement that was reached by all the stakeholders involved. And so what just played out at the Court of Appeal is that the lawyers of the Ondo State House of Assembly have withdrawn the case due to the fact that the political solution has been sorted out. And then I think once that is done, we would also be expecting that the Deputy Governor also will withdraw his own case from the Federal High Court.
What are the implications, though, for this political solution, as some have deemed it, of having the deputy continue to deputize when the governor of the state has been no show for quite a while? What are the implications, and what precedence is this setting?
Yes, thank you. I said it the last time I was on this program that whatever status quo means to all of the stakeholders concerned remains to be seen, because just because we had something doesn't mean that the way each person comprehended it or understood it is the same. No. So it's good today that the Excos met, State Executive Council met after a long time and was decided over by the Deputy Governor. If we are saying we don't want the term acting governor to be used, I don't care. I don't understand what the fear is about, because if his deputy and his boss is not around, then the deputy must be acting as a governor to be able to preside over the State Executive Council meeting. And so for me, I feel that with this status quo that they say that they are operating now, there must be a clear chain of command. It has to be clear who is in charge as far as Ondo State is concerned. If that is not clear enough, then I foresee that in the coming weeks, maybe a month's time, there might be issues again with this newfound peace. So the political solution as a thing will not thrive for a long time if there is no clear chain of command. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe that the deputy governor should be clearly be in control now. And even if you don't want to use the appellation as acting governor, it should be clear to all and sundry that is acting.
But is it really? That's the question. We know that outside the fact that he is being mandated to continue as deputy governor, we understand as part of the resolutions reached at the meeting with President Tinubu, the deputy governor was also asked to write an undated resignation letter and submit to the president. I asked this question to a guest last night also on the news, and his position was everything is political. What is your view of this undated resignation letter? Is it like putting the man on a leash? Did this come as a surprise to you? And do you think that the president's intervention is really a solution at this point?
Yes, thank you. I can understand if he's made to write an undertaking that he will not sack any member of the Excos, that he will not try to dissolve the party leadership, and that he will not cause some political wrangling in the House of Assembly. I can understand that. But to say that the deputy governor should write a letter of resignation, for me, is very extreme. And I do not want to believe that the deputy governor would want to do that. It's not something that we should set a precedence for. If his gentleman agreement to abide by certain conditions cannot be taken on the face value, then wanting him to write a resignation letter is an extreme one. It's an extreme one, because make no mistake about it, he was duly elected, it was a joint ticket, and the people of Ondo State will hold him responsible in the absence of Mr. Governor. And so I do not want to think that that resignation letter is a thing. I want to believe that maybe it's just rumors or extreme. I don't want to believe that the deputy governor or his team or his camp would go as far as writing a resignation letter. No.
Okay, let's look at the elephant in the room, and that's the continual silence of Governor Akeredolu. What is the political and economic implications of that, his continual silence and the absence amid this crisis?
Yes, and that's why for me, I'm just with a lot of sympathy for the governor, because knowing how lively he is, knowing how outspoken he is, sometimes how interesting it can be in a conversation, is saddening that in all of this back and forth about his health, about his status, we have not had him come out to speak or to make a statement that shows that things are not very, very good with him in terms of health, and we pray that he gets better and stronger and he survives the entire ordeal with his health. But on the other hand, about why Ondo State is faring, I'm glad that we are beginning to have light at the end of the tunnel, because many things have gone on a standstill since all of this saga started to be drawn out. And for instance, it was in the news yesterday that the local free trade zone, that the state was pushing out something as regards the local free trade zone. But you also remember that local free trade zone is a joint venture between Ondo State and Ogun State. And I'm not sure somebody was in that meeting or in that occasion to represent Ondo State. And I'm sure there are many other things that will be passing aside Ondo State, because there is actually nobody on ground to speak. And who knows, there might have been investors, private individuals who might have wanted to come to drop proposals and to see the governor, but because even the deputy governor cannot even operate, all of these things has bypassed the state. So we will never be able to really estimate what it has cost on those states in the last 6 months that all of these things have been drawn out. But we hope that within the remaining months left, that Ondo State can recover. But again, we are entering into political season again. By next year, already the machineries will start, political machineries will moving here and there for in preparation for the elections. So that's what from those states that's cost us.
Henry, we certainly are hoping for the very best for Ondo State. Thank you very much for your insightful contribution.
Thank you.